the undisputed middleweight champion of the world. His name is Alan Mincher. He has won 37 fights, 22 by knockout, lost only 6. One was called no contest. He is a clever boxer. He is a good and often very damaging puncher. And he seeks tonight his first title defense, having won it last March 16th in Las Vegas, Nevada, in a hotly disputed, very controversial decision over that man who resides in Brooklyn, Vito Antuofermo, who has won 45 fights, 19 by KO, lost only 4 with 2 draws. The British flag was marched down. The British bobbies weren't on bicycles 2 by 2. They came on foot 2 by 2, leading Mincher into the ring. Hello again, everyone. It's good to be with you. It's good to have a quality championship fight for you. This is what it is. These two men put on a war in Las Vegas last March 16th, and with the roughhouse tactics of Antuofermo, who contends he was impeded by the then referee, Carlos Padilla, in that one. Live from London, England, Wembley Arena, that's Vito Antuofermo, just introduced to the crowd and the expected boos. He is, of course, fighting in a foreign nation. He has trained so very hard for this one, the Battle of the Stairs. The instructions from the referee, who has a voice in the scoring. He is Octavio Meyron. The judges are Kurt Hallberg of Germany, Jan Deswert of Belgium. Meyron is from Mexico. 8-ounce gloves, of course, a small ring. That should favor Antuofermo. Less than 18 feet. Scheduled 15-rounder, 10-point must-scoring system, mandatory 8-count, no standing 8-count, no 3 knockdown rule. Both men are bleeders, susceptible to cut. Antuofermo throughout his career, yet oddly in their last match, March 16th, there were no cuts. The bell for round 1. Antuofermo, who must get inside to win this fight, immediately going at it. Anything in the world but a stylist. Roughhouse tactics. Alley fighter. There, you see the holding instantly, the clinching, the head against the opponent's left shoulder. Vito is not averse to butting, not averse to using the upper body, the shoulders, the elbows, the arms, everything he's got. Round 1. Mincher out of the southpaw stand, a clever boxer. Straight up in the British style and straight ahead. The blows come straight from the shoulder. See that great right jab. What he must do is stay away the way he's doing and box. Keep the opponent outside. Give himself punching leverage. A good combination, and indeed two. The right, the left, the right, the left. Mincher scoring very well right there in this, the first round. The middleweight championship fight. Undivided possession. Mincher has it now. No WBC, WBA, and the rest of that. This is the way it used to be in boxing. And someday, hopefully, maybe again. Mincher is, of course, a national hero. Not of the stature of Henry Cooper, who's at ringside tonight. Right there, staggered. He was off balance. The blow did not move Antuofermo as much as the crowd thinks, but it was a decent blow, and Vito was off balance. So he gave the appearance of being staggered and ready to go down. Alan Mincher can fight. This is no bogus champion. We had him in the Olympics, as you saw in the profile we showed you, and he was a fine fighter then, well on his way to becoming a professional. First round action clearly dominated by Alan Mincher. That right ever in Antuofermo's face. That staggered Antuofermo. Antuofermo taking a beating here in the first round. He had gone back to his native Genoa, Italy to train for this fight. Right there is a gash. up on the far edge, over the right eye of Antuofermo. Antuofermo already trying to clinch and maul and brawl because quickly Mincher is cutting him up. Round is almost over.
One reason.
Vito Antuofermo's gash is being tended to. Mincher in perfect condition. Tremendous first round action. Mincher staggering Antuofermo twice. Not flooring him, but staggering him. Opening that gash. And the round, ladies and gentlemen, was 10 seconds too long. We tried to find out what was wrong with the timekeeper, but nothing said. Round 2 underway in Antuofermo's corner. That's the way he fights, and you know that's the way Antuofermo fights. In Vito's corner is manager-trainer Tony Carioni. Howie Albert, former co-manager along with Gil Clancy of Emil Griffith, working on cuts. Mincher is fighting much in the manner of the first fight, but much more effectively, much more confidently. There's the blood over Antuofermo's right eye on the forehead. Doug Bidwell, the manager-trainer of Menor, in his corner. The clever Jackie McCoy on cut. There's that right of Mincher. Straight and much more punishing than many jabs are with many other fighters. We're a minute 20 seconds into round 2. So far, Mincher is having a cakewalk. He just stung Antuofermo again. The crowd loves it. Look at the blood over Vito already. Tremendous gash in the corner of the left eye. Tremendous gash. Now I must tell you, Vito's been through this kind of war before. Taken this kind of bloody battering. But I don't know how long they're going to let this go on. Look at that. Mincher's left jarred Antuofermo. Snapped his head back. So far, it's just been devastating. Mincher working like a marksman. The right and left in combination. Once there was that sharp left lead. Snapped Vito's head back. 35 seconds left in the second round. And it is, at this point, no contest. Tremendous performance by the British, at least up till now. Doing in the first round what he couldn't do in the entire first fight. Bloody Antuofermo up. Mincher tactically keeping his distance. Keeping Antuofermo away. The end of the second round is here. Back live via the satellite in London, England, round 3. Mincher to the right of your screen, Antuofermo to the left. It has been an absolutely devastating beating in the first 2 rounds for Antuofermo. Mincher absolutely efficient. And the result, a bloodletting scene. Vito cut in the left corner of the left eye. And Vito cut above the right eye. Blood all over his face. Quickly opened in this bout. Mincher fighting his fight tactically brilliantly up till now. Vito trying to do what he does best. Encase the opponent. In clinches. Uses upper body. And maul and brawl, and then try to get in some in-tight chopping blows. But so far, Mincher's fighting it exactly as he wants. Keeping Antuofermo off him with that right straight jab, and then the left in combination. Once a telling left lead. The second round was also long. The noise here such that the fighters couldn't hear the bell. Neither, for that matter, could Octavio Myron of Mexico, who is the referee. We're a minute 25 into round 3. And Mincher's punching speaks for itself. Crowd, and it's a packed house here at Wembley, shouting Mincher, Mincher, in the manner in which they used to shout, Henry, Henry, for the national hero, Henry Cooper. We're going to take a close look between rounds at the Antuofermo cut. You see the distance Mincher is maintaining from Antuofermo? That's the whole key from Mincher's point of view, right there. You saw Mincher's glove pick off the Antuofermo right lead. I'm surprised that the referee, Octavio Mayon, has not taken a closer look at those cuts between rounds and maybe had the ringside doctor take a look. Ringside doctor is Adrian Whiteson of England. We're only 15 seconds away from the end of the round. We're staying, as I've told you. The end of round 3. And there is Vito. Albert, cut man in the corner, working over his face. That's the gash in the corner of the left eye. And so far, the blood keeps coming down. I am told to keep you abreast of things the way we do on Wide World, that Michael Dokes knocked down Ozzy Ocasio 3 times in round 1. And so it ended on the 3 knockdown rule, which we do not have here because it's a championship fight. That rule is waived. However, it's hardly a compelling result between those 2 fighters. Again, I'm surprised that the referee has not come over to take a closer look at those cuts. The bell, round 4 coming up. So far, it's a party for Alan Mincher. Mincher wrestling Antuofermo back. Great right jab, so effective. Vito unable to do much about it. Vito flinching, hugging, and that's about it. About Vito's tactics, except to let the screen speak for itself. Crowd responds to Mincher answering with some of Antuofermo's tactics in kind. In the meantime, Allen did get in some good, clean right jabs. We have a minute to go in the 4th round. Oh, excellent series by Mincher, and the bloodletting begins again. We saw that head of Antuofermo snapped again by a left after a right lead. 35 seconds to go in round 4. utterly one-sided up to this point. Now there's blood on Mincher's forehead, but I believe that's Antuofermo's blood, not Mincher. Antuofermo butted, but it did not cause a cut. We're approaching the end of round 4. Action as we come to you live from London, England via the satellite in the 5th round. Antuofermo. Now, remember, this man has huge stamina, that he is always coming on in the late round. That he did it against Hagler. He scored twice there. That he did it against Mincher the first time. Like to alert our local stations along the line that we'll be taking a station break at the end of this round. Something else I want to tell you about, too. I will in just a moment. July 19th, a special expanded version of Wide World of Sports, beginning at a special earlier time. That WBC World Welterweight Championship fight held a week ago Friday in Montreal's Olympic Stadium. Leonard against Duran. The fight that stirred so much print, so much talk, so much controversy. You'll get a chance to see it. Judge it for yourself. Here, literally here, the tension that existed in the great arena up in Canada on that occasion. But now, back to the 5th round action. And Antuofermo. Mincher now coming back, but Antuofermo having his best round. Now, one point in this fight, the flow of blood has been substantially stilled in this round. Minna hasn't reopened. Howie Albert is the cut man for Antuofermo in this fight. Normally, it's the great veteran Freddie Brown, but he worked for Duran as Antuofermo just took a sharp left to the face. He worked for Duran, and he took this fight off. We'll see if that has any effect over the course of the fight. Antuofermo did get a left in there. Definitely more effective this round. By far his best round of the fight. That's where Antuofermo, who gets the boos of the crowd, has to be carefully watched. By the opponent, I mean. Suddenly the head can come up and bang. We'll be back with more boxing after this from our local station. Sixth round action just underway. Mincher, his back toward you. The defending middleweight champion of the world, Antuofermo. The smaller man in terms of height. In weight, Mincher at 160. Antuofermo 159 1/4. Reach, Antuofermo 69 inches, Mincher 70. No material difference. Antuofermo with the left. And Antuofermo with the head and the arm. Immediately the blood comes out of that left eye, the left corner. That's the more damaging cut. Good gash over the right eye up in the forehead. That they seem to have in hand. Not a very tidy fighter is Vito. Never has been. Sixth round action. Live from famed Wembley Arena in London, England. Spanking good crowd. Very difficult to retain your boxing style and class against a man like Antuofermo. So far, I believe Minner has done a superb job in that regard. We're a minute 45 into round 6. See that stream of blood, the left eye. Seems astonishing to me that they haven't had the ringside doctor look at it. Now Vito's whole face is a bloody mess. All over again. That right straight jab keeps getting in there. It. In the midst of the right, a good left. Occasionally the left lead. Minter giving a tremendous beating to Vito Antuofermo. Ten seconds left. Counting down to the end of the round. Back live in London. Round 7 just started. Alan Minter defending his middleweight crown. And so far, making a kind of ugly farce of it. Such has been his dominance of Vito Antuofermo. Cut in the first round. Cut more in the second round. Vito's face has been a bloodbath. Minter fighting straight up, straight ahead, out of the southpaw stance. So effective with his right lead jab and with the left in combination. Occasionally using a left lead just to mix things up, keeping for the most part the kind of punching room you see there. Antuofermo trying his roughhouse tactic, but not succeeding. Only in the 5th round did he begin to show some effectiveness. As of now, oh, a good right lead by Antuofermo. His best blow of the fight. Took Minner by surprise. He used the right lead. I have scored 5 rounds for Minter, 1 even. It has not been a contest. A left by Vito. What you have to remember is Vito's resilience, his stamina, to come back to pass. But look at the way Minter just almost tore his head off with a right. He has been, as I said earlier, an efficient mark. Tremendous bloodbath. Finally, the referee. It is not over. It is not over. He is having the doctor, and it's high time. You don't want to see a fighter blinded. But now, the ringside doctor, Dr. Adrian Whiteson of England, examining. And the fight resumes. All right, at least we've had medical attention. Seventh round action. And Minter wants to put an end to it, if he can. But against the guts of Antuofermo, it is not easy. Now Minter's using the body straight to whip Antuofermo around. And he's getting looser in his punching. You saw the missed uppercut. He's eager to put an end to it. We'll stay between rounds. Just a terrible beating. That's it. That's it. It is over. He has stopped it. And he was right to do so. An absolutely fearsome beating. Apparently it was the bell, which was not audible. At least not from where we were. Are they going to let this fight go on? Howie, I'm trying to get Howie Albert. He's a veteran. You're looking at Antuofermo, Howie Albert treating. Sorry about that. The bell had rung, and we did not hear it. Nor did our clock show the round over at the time the bell. They have had trouble all night with the timekeeper. This time, it was a short now. So the fight continues. It is the 8th round. That was a 54-second round. A 2-minute 54-second round. Vito is almost frenzied in his effort to do damage. What a match. Eighth round. Antuofermo with a good leg. Minute 25 into the 8th round. Pattern and flow of the fight has been the same from the very beginning. Got a mark on Mincher. Once blood on the brow, but that was Antuofermo's blood. To respect, even admire Antuofermo's courage. But you don't like to see a man take this kind of punishment. Get up first. 30 seconds left in the 8th round. There it is. You see it. Seconds and counting down. The end of the 8th round. Antuofermo survives, but just barely. That's the scene live at Wembley, England. They finally stopped the fight after the 8th round, between rounds. It seemed to me it would have been more humane to have stopped it several rounds earlier. It was no contest from the very beginning. This British southpaw can fight. He can punch. He can take apart an opponent with mechanical precision. And the mauling, brawling tactics of Vito Antuofermo were totally ineffective against Alan Mincher. From the beginning, Mincher fought his fight. Kept Antuofermo as you watch the two of them talking with one another. Mincher consoling Antuofermo from the beginning. Mincher was able to keep his punching distance, getting his punching leverage. Some of the people you see in the ring you may know from past years in boxing. The British promoter, Harry Levine, Mickey Duff. People, that's Mickey Duff right there. And we are going to be back in just a moment with an interview with the winner and quite possibly with Vito, too. We're at ringside with a man who retained his middleweight championship of the world. Did it effectively, efficiently, even brilliantly against the tough little fella who lives in Brooklyn, Vito Antuofermo. The fight stopped between the 8th and the 9th rounds. In my view, after a bloodletting like you've rarely seen, it should have been stopped earlier. Alan, congratulations, first of all. Second, it seemed to me right from the beginning, you established that you could fight your fight. Keep your distance from him.
See, the thing is, in Las Vegas when I fought Vito, I was not too sure of him, mate. I knew he was strong, and I was not affected with none of my punches. But I won an easy fight. It was an easy fight in Las Vegas, so that was controversial. I think you had Vito winning the last time. But anyway, I knew that if I put my punches together and put them down effectively, I would stop him. But I'll tell you something, he's one of the toughest men I've ever met in my professional career.
Unbelievable that he didn't go down with the blows you leveled him with.
The punches to be honest with you, the punches I was hitting him with were very high. They're on top of the head, round his eyes, and I just couldn't get his chin because he tends to hold his chin down a little bit. I don't think he's ever been knocked out before, but God, he was a tough man.
Was there any point where you thought you really had him on the verge of going?
What round did I stop him?
They stopped it between the 8th and the 9th.
It was the 7th, it was the 8th round. I thought I could stop him, but it never worked, so it doesn't matter.
What will you do next? Who will you defend against? Hagler?
Anybody they put in front of me, because I want to be a worthy champion. I want to box anybody they put in front of me, and I want to be a respected champion. So Hagler, if Leonard wants to come up, if Duran wants to come up, I'll fight him.